Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 4 or 5 brawlers who have completely fell off in the meta, whether it just be for you guys in ranks, whether it just be competitive. So first one, it absolutely has to be Mr. P. The fall off of Mr. P is just not spoken about whatsoever. So a lot of people were reluctant and just, I don't know, a bit undecided when Mr. P's hypercharge nerf happened. When was this? Like 2 months ago? Because let's face it, the hypercharge was completely broken. So if you guys don't know what the nerf was, again, 2 months ago, it was a faster decaying hypercharge, and then I think it took literally a week after those balance changes, so still like 2 months ago, and people realized quickly that he was like a B tier, C tier brawler in the meta. And right now, I'm just seeing no Mr. P, and I just really don't like him. I know that a lot of people will like Mr. P meta, or just say like, oh, well, Mr. P really had his meta for like a month or two, whatever. But the Mr. P meta was disgraceful, let's just face it. I'm kind of happy that he's not a good brawler again, because when Mr. P is good, it just makes things too toxic and not as skillful. You know what I mean? Because Mr. P can counter everything. Because I remember the Mr. P hypercharge meta, it was not fun. If you guys remember, you could charge your hypercharge from the tanks. Like literally, Mr. P was good into tanks because you'd be just farming infinite hypercharges, and even tanks struggled against Mr. P hypercharge, just showing how strong he was. And then of course his hypercharge portals, literally those single shot brawlers, literally couldn't do a single thing because of this hypercharge. It's just so broken, so incredibly broken. And now I'm glad. Also, like, I think the biggest thing that stopped Mr. P from just completely taking over the game from all standpoints, like the hypercharge still took a long time to get, even when Mr. P was good. So now they could maybe buff the hypercharge rate a little bit. I mean, I don't really like those types of buffs though, but I'm just saying, like, Mr. P is just not a good brawler in the meta. I've not really done anything here. Like, all I'm doing is just trying to survive, just spam my portal reinforcements, gadget, I've just been waffling, and my teammates have just been taking charge of this. But I'm close to hypercharge finally after 2 minutes here. Should be able to get it, I hope. Right, here we go. Finally hypercharge super. I think that's going to save me against the Gene. Oh, I got 1 kill. Can I get another? Mr. P hypers, please do something. There we go. I got another kill. I did okay into this, but the first round I really struggled. You see by the stats, I did still pretty good, but I really struggled with the Grey going aggressively. I just couldn't deal with it. Any sort of aggression, you just can't deal with. He just doesn't have the damage output. His hypercharge, like his hypercharge porters, just dwindle in HP far too much unless you literally face off against single shot brawlers and you're putting that hypercharge in a really aggro position, or else they're just gonna die by the time they get to the opponent. So yeah, Mr. P, I'd say he's around the C, maybe even D tier again right now. Honestly, he's at the bottom of the C tier for sure. Let's move into the next one who's fell off. Alright guys, jumping into the next brawler who I believe has fallen off dramatically in the meta has to be Lola. So Lola was always spoken about as this ultra consistent brawler in the meta, and believe me, Lola has completely fallen off because nobody even talks about it anymore. And especially since the hypercharge, right? People thought the hypercharge would be really good with Lola. I knew for a fact it didn't even look that good. It just gets destroyed so easily. It's just a bigger, like, it looks cool. It of course deals more damage, and Lola mains are going to say, oh, it's a really good hypercharge. It's just not. It is not a good hypercharge. It really isn't. It gets killed so fast. It takes so long to charge up. What is even the point of using it, to be honest? I just don't understand. I don't understand that. So we've got to help our Brock on defense here. It's Daryl is juking too good. Just let me auto-aim button smash you in the face, okay? Yeah, but Lola, again, used to always be this brawler in drafts where you could always go, and I'm not even seeing pros draft Lola much at all anymore. Like, it used to be this brawler where, you know, you never used to really want to play Lola when it comes down to ranked, whatever else, but when it came down to the actual tournament time, pros would start drafting Lola, but you're still not seeing Lola in pro play. So what is the actual point in her? I don't understand. So we're just gonna have to try and deal some. I can't just defend the whole game here, so let's just go with the hypercharge in a second. After, I was gonna say after a few missed bell shots, but this bell is probably the biggest counter to me. So I'm gonna pop my hypercharge over here, and I'm gonna instantly, okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna instantly shield it up. Okay, now we can just deal some good damage to the safe though. This is what I mean. I just can't with Lola. I can't. There's just no good matchups for her whatsoever. I just don't really see the point in her. She used to just be this brawler you could play in a lot of different situations. Hot zone, bounty, brawl ball. And for me, I just don't really see her use case. I just don't right now in the meta. Maybe it improves. I think the hypercharged rate definitely needs a bit of a buff, because it's just not even a good hypercharge. So why are people even scared of it? I don't even know. Alright, I'm going to pop gadget here, try and get some extra damage on this Daryl. 30 seconds left. I need to try and clutch up and stop waffling. Spen, come on. Daryl is dead. Can we get the Colt as well? Okay, Colt is lagging or whatever, but we take it, and we should be able to win this game now. Daryl is definitely going to roll on us. Come on, come on, come on. Let's waste as much time as possible. Drag him away from our high safe. And I think we might be good because of the heist change. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, I've thrown out my super, not realizing I had a hypercharge. Come on, we can defend this. I'm just going to pop hypercharge here and just run into the Bell's face. Hopefully we can take it down in time. The good thing about Lola that I like is literally the star power. The star power can become really clutch, but I just think too many meta brawlers as well are countering Bell countering Lola too easily. You can see I got star player there, but I just think because the enemy team just weren't that good. So Lola, I think, is falling off. I think she's a C-tier brawler, maybe even starting to go towards the bottom because of how bad her hypercharge is in comparison to all the other ones. But let's jump into another. All right, guys, jumping into the next brawler who I believe has fell off really, really badly in this meta. It has to be Nita. So Nita, I think even in the previous ones, it was a bit overrated by pros because for Nita to work, you need some support. You just need some support. Also, I'm playing Nita on Kaboom Canyon. Do not try this at home. It is not the best. I actually managed to deal a lot of damage though because I just got through one. I just need to get through once with Nita and then I'm good because it takes so long for them to pinch me out. But we should be able to elite. Like, I've got 3 of them pinch me here. Still in a good position. How are we still alive right now? Okay, we got 1 shot. But as I was saying, with Nita, I don't know, she's just not that good. Like in Brawl, I just feel like she gets countered out too easily. Like people just break open walls and just pinch her down. In Gem Grab again, like it's just not the meta for her. And then Heist, like I think literally her only viability in Heist is like Hot Potato or in Pro Play Pit Stop. But then again, I'm not even seeing Nita drafted there because people would rather just go complete and utter just aggro. They'd rather go Miko, they'd rather go Buzz, they'd rather go just something to get onto the safe Melody X. You know what I mean? And then Nita isn't even the best defender. You'd rather just go like a Charlie or a Cordelius or something along those lines. Nita's just not really needed anymore in the meta. So again, apologies for your eyes because she's just terrible in Kaboom Canyon, but I just had to go because anywhere else is actually just downright throwing. So let's throw out this Nita Bear to give us a little bit of extra positioning here. Hopefully this Granny Head doesn't kill us. This Bear's about to deal so much damage. And also you got to consider as well, in Heist, she's actually effectively nerfed. A lot of brawlers that are like a good base race brawlers weren't impacted too much by the Heist changes, but Nita definitely was impacted by the Heist changes. But think of Bruce. Bruce, you want him to unleash as much damage as quickly as possible. If he gets that quick snip on a safe, normally he can just shred it so fast. But now with the Heist change, he can get to only 25% of the time. Normally with Bruce, you want to deal 50, 75% if you can get onto the safe without the opponent's when they're all dead or whatever else. So these stats are about to be horrendous, by the way. I don't even think I've got a kill, but this is for the sake of the video, and I just wanted to showcase just how like bad Nita is. I know she's never been good on Kaboom Canyon, but she's just not really good anyway. Honestly, she could be a C-tipper on the meta. I just don't see the pros pick her anymore. I just don't like her. Ready to see these stats? 2 and 8. 2 and 8 healing stat Nita. Beautiful. Don't try this at home, guys. But seriously, the first round, I did absolutely carry. Like, I juked all the way up into the grass to the top right corner, had a bear, and dealt a lot of damage to the safe. That second round, and then as the round's gone on, I just got farmed, but we had 75% lead. And then that one, again, I kind of got picked on. But just the pressure alone, it won us the game, okay? Anyways, Nita has definitely fallen off. I just don't really see much use case unless it's with Max. But let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, now moving on to the final brawler who I believe has fell off dramatically. This is more so of a gradual fall off over the last 4 months, maybe even a little bit longer. It is the Twins. So I don't know whether I spoke about this before, but I'm just noticing even more now in this meta. The Twins by no means are like bad. Like a lot of brawlers that are at the bottom of meta, they've been at the bottom of the meta for a very long time. So it's no point really talking about their fall off. But the Twins are always considered like a high A tier brawler, at least mid A tier brawler, just super consistent. And now I would say for the past 3-4 months, they've been a B tier brawler, maybe even low B tier, to be honest. I think they really are. Again, when you play them, you don't think they're that bad, but it's just more so they're just always a better option. You think in knockout, you'd rather go like Sprout, you'd rather go Tick, you'd rather go Gray, you'd rather go Gene. There's so many of them. No, they're not throws, but you know what I mean. Like normally in knockout, you need one of those type of brawlers, and then like 2 snipers or like an aggro like Ollie or Buster. So Larry is like 5th or 6th in the pecking order in knockout now. Same goes with Bounty. When it comes down to like Brawl, where he used to always be consistent in, I just don't think he's really good enough against tanks. And again, like, I just don't think he really does enough. I think his attack is slow, and the biggest problem with the twins, they haven't got a hypercharge, but not only that, their supercharge rate is just so slow, and the supers aren't even that good anymore, especially with so many brawlers getting hypercharges. I don't think the twin super is that good. It's not. It gets picked apart too easily. I think it's only good into, like, aggros, and even then, like, aggros can deal with it pretty easily for the most part. How is that not dealing any damage to this buster, by the way? Might be able to get the buster down, though, and now we just got a Piper. Beautiful. We finally got our super, but in the first round, like, I used my super, and Piper just pretty much two-shot it straight away. It was just, it's so vulnerable. It's so hard to get any consistent value with it. Okay, please just die already. Please just die. So I think if he was to buff the twins, which I don't really want, because I think with the hypercharge it will be a lot better. I think just buffing the hypercharge, I mean the supercharge rate just slightly would be enough to put them a little bit back in the meta. But yeah, I just don't see any value with them. I don't think there's enough, like, thrower heavy maps. And to be honest, triple dribble and pinball dreams should be good enough for the twins, but they're just not. And maybe there's just too many good assassins in the meta for them to even be that good. To be honest, I should be on the buster and the Ollie should be, like, on the sprout, because the Ollie can just get on the sprout really easily here. So we've got to play things patiently. The good thing about that main attack, at least it gives some zoning, right? Like, there's 2 attacks that happen, so the opponents have just got to sit back for a little bit. But I still just find, like, the super just doesn't really do anything. It just doesn't do anything. Okay, Ollie's going to go in now. I'm going to pop my super, which isn't going to get the most value. Like, see here, Piper. Just going to destroy it easily there. Maybe the twin can get me some good value. Come on, little Piper, maybe. Oh, pop off. Okay, the twins. Oh, okay, this super is the best super in the world. What have I just witnessed? That just got so much value. They underestimated it there. And there we go. We managed to win that. That looked unwinnable at that point. But the bot absolutely carried me. 9-1. Okay, mate. Am I underestimating the twins here? Am I underestimating? No, I'm not. I just... They're not bad. But I just think the fall off when these used to be ultra consistent and always the go-to pick. And now it's like I said, in every scenario I think of, they're like 5th in the pecking order. So that just obviously means they're not that good in the meta, right? They're just not picked or seen anymore. I didn't think I've really seen them much in pro play last monthly finals. So yeah, the twins aren't as good as they used to be. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.